that. Like, what has it felt like to be a queen? And we don't have to wait for a crown. We don't actually have to wait for a day in order to celebrate our queenness. The one thing that we know about queens is they are powerful decision makers. They are powerful decision makers, right? That is a quality of a queen. And so I want you to decide right now that you are a queen, that you're going to step into your queenness, whatever that means to you. And we're going to define that for today. All right. Define that not just for today, but also for your life. Because I want you and we want you at 99 Walks to recognize that you are worthy of feeling this way, that you are worthy of being confident, feeling good in your body and your mind and your life from this day forward. All right. This is a celebration and representation of something that you can access every single day. So if you're like, heck yeah, I'm in. All right. I want you to type in the chat, I'm a queen. I'm in. I'm a queen. I love it. Jane, I've been rocking my crown and shirt all morning, even after my 5K was finished. I went and did errands in public with the crown and shirt on. I'm a queen. Yes, yes. So as you hop on, go ahead, please mute yourselves. Man, we are here. Queens all over the country, potentially all over the world. I love it. I rock it. I can do this. I'm a queen. And I hope you feel it. I hope you've taken time to look in the mirror today and just acknowledge yourself for this part of you. So when you think about Monday is hat day for my class, I'm wearing my crown. Heck yes, I'm all in today and every day. I love it. So everyone, what does it mean to you to be a queen? So if you have a notepad, I want you to write it down, but I also want you to type it into the chat. What does it mean to you to be a queen? All right. When you think about a queen, right, what comes up? What are some of the first qualities? How does she talk to herself? How does she treat herself? How does she hold herself? What does it mean to you to be a queen? I control my kingdom. Okay, I'm going to throw this at you. You control your queendom, Debbie. What do you think about that? You control your queendom. Throw the kingdom out the window. We're here for the women. We're here as the queens. We're owning our queendom. Empowerment, strong in charge, respecting others, but honoring myself too. Heck yes. Taking care of me without guilt. I deserve the best in life. I have perseverance. I never give up. I'm confident. I am strong and powerful. I'm the only person who can take care of me. I can do anything. I love it. I hope if any of you take my treadmill classes, I always say I am strong, I am powerful, and I can do anything as affirmations. So I love it. I walk with confidence. I control my happiness and destiny. Amazing. Yes. And so have you felt that? Have you felt this energy? And if you think about it, right, we're all part of a collective energy. When we're part of a group, right, and we're part of this together, coming together, we feel it. It feeds off one another. So right today, we have 1,000 queens walking around the country. All right. So we together today and every day is about us reflecting back to one another who the heck we are, what the heck we are made of. Because guess what? Sometimes queens forget their power. Sometimes queens forget their confidence. They're human. They're just like you and I. But that doesn't not make them a queen. It doesn't make them less powerful. They have a council around them. They have people who are constantly telling them, right? You got this. You're a queen. Remember who the heck you are. Remember your light. Remember your power. And we are here to stand with you, right? This queen is still in her PJs. I love it. Ooh, I love it. I got my sparkly pants on. You can't tell, but I'm sparkling all over the place today. So I want you to think, right? What has up until now? So today we've stepped into this energy. Today we have stepped into this new way of being, into our queenness, right? What has held you back until today when you had permission, until today when you had your crown and you knew that there was going to be 1,000 other women walking with their crowns on? What has held you back from seeing yourself in this light thus far? What could hold you back in the future from remembering that you are a queen? no matter what, whether the crown is on your head and the t-shirt is on your body, right? Or you're in your PJs and you haven't washed your hair in 4 days. How can you remember that you are a queen? What would hold you back from doing so? I want you to go ahead and drop
What?
your answer in the comments. For those of you who happen on, make sure that you're on mute so that we don't hear the background conversations, even though it would be fun to be a fly on the wall in your room. Okay? So all right. So, what would hold you back from being a queen? Let's just go ahead and get it out there because we all have the yes buts, right? I'm a queen, yes, but not on the days where I'm feeling in a funk, right? Or maybe other people aren't going to see it. Negative self talk, thinking I don't deserve it, worrying about what other people think. Yep. Lack of self confidence, tired, myself. I listen to others and put them before me. Too many other things pulling me in different directions. Putting all before myself. Oxygen first before taking care of others. That's right. Stress of life. Okay, so if we look at all this stuff and you keep dropping them in the comments, let's just think of actual queens throughout history. Think about the stress that they have. Think about the decisions they have to make. Think about the people in their queendom who it might not be the decision that they can understand, right? And yet that doesn't mean that they are not a queen. Self-doubt and negative self-talk, right? Guarantee you that they have dealt with it. Imposter syndrome, feeling like a fraud, right? But here's the thing, my queens. Just because you have self-doubt, just because you struggle with negative self-talk, it doesn't mean that you're not a queen. Our thoughts and that negative self-talk and that negative doubt or doubt, right? Doesn't necessarily have to be negative. Or even people putting you down, right? All of these lies and all of these external forces that are coming in, they only have as much weight as we give them. They only have as much meaning as we give them. And so what if we told ourselves, hey, I'm a queen. People are going to try to put me down because that's what they do, right? People are threatened by Queen's light and Queen's power. So they try to put them down. People trying to put me down actually means that I am a queen. This is evidence that I am. Otherwise, if I was powerless and disempowered, people wouldn't try to put me down because they wouldn't see me. They wouldn't be afraid of my light, right? Feel it, right? Yes, Phyllis, feel it and let it go. Allow it to come in and say, oh, hello, old friend. Hello, doubt. Hello, negative self talk. I am human and a queen. It's going to be here, and I'm still going to stand in my power. Okay. And so I want you to take these things that you've written down that could hold you back, right? And we are going to address them today. So don't worry. I'm not just like asking you to throw them out here and then we're going to leave them there. But I want you just for the next 48 hours, I want you to put them on the side. I'm giving you full permission from my queenness to your queenness, okay, to set them to the side for right now. And if you want to pick them up on Monday, you can, okay? But I want you to experience your life for the next 48 hours and how it won't fall apart. All right? How it won't all disappear, how your life and the world won't crumble if you step into your power. And that's what I want to invite you to do today. So, what we're going to do right now is I'm going to take you through a visualization. Okay? So, if you are in a place where you are sitting down, laying down in your home, right? I want you to close your eyes. If you're out on a walk or driving or whatever, please don't close your eyes. Okay? Deal? No danger here, right? We are about safety. Queens are about safety. So, but wherever you are, I want you to go ahead and just sit back, close your eyes, all right? Or just open your mind, open your heart, open everything, right? And the people who are just now coming in, go ahead and mute yourself. We're about to go through a visualization for our inner queen. So those of you hopping on, please make sure you are muted. And I want you to go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you to take a deep inhale. Feeling your body expand, feeling your belly, your chest expand, feeling yourself take up space. And as you exhale, I want you to let something go. Some doubt, some worry, some anxiety. Some part of you that doesn't believe that you are a queen. Again, I want you to go ahead and inhale, taking up space, feeling that expansion, filling that royal body up with air and oxygen and life. And as you exhale, let something go, feeling lighter in your body, in your mind, and in your spirit. Again, inhaling a long, slow exhale. And as you inhale again, I just want you to inhale and really sink into the feelings of being a queen for you, the feelings that when you put your crown on, when you've gone on your walk, when you've seen all the other queens posting about how impactful this day has been, I want you to just observe the emotion, observe the sensation in your body, and really sink into that. Feel the fullness, feel the warmth, feel almost the vibration happening in your body because the energy is so strong. And as you're present to the energy, as you're present to this moment and to this experience, I want you to take a minute just to sink into this highest queen version of yourself. What are you like? As the highest queen version of yourself, what are you like and how would you describe yourself? How does she carry herself? What does she dress like? What do you observe about her? As this highest queen version of yourself, what do you think like? How do you talk to yourself? Most importantly, as this queen version of you, how do you show up for you? How do you treat yourself? As this queen version of you, what do you value most in your life? What do you stand for? What are your most important priorities? What do you put first in your life? How does this queen version of you show up in relationships, in all relationships in your life? What type of relationship do you have with your body? How do you feel in your body, and how do you treat your body as this queen version of you? As a queen, how do you show up on your best day when you feel like you are on cloud nine and nothing can stop you? How do you show up on your worst day when it feels like everything is going wrong? I want you to imagine that you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror and you take a look and you look at her, this queen version of you. What do you love and admire most about her? What are you most proud of about this version of you? And what lights her up? What excites her? What sets her soul on fire? I want you to again notice the sensations, notice the emotions that are coming up in your body. I want you to breathe into them. I want you to feel into them. These are alive. This moment is alive right now. These emotions are accessible whenever you want or need to remember. And as you inhale, I want you to really imagine that each of these emotions are flames. As you inhale, let the oxygen just ignite the flame. And as you exhale, I want you to imagine that you are breathing oxygen into every other queen's flame that is here today, watching their flames grow. Again, breathing in, igniting your flame, letting these emotions warm you, fill you, lift you, ignite you. And as you breathe, breathe into every other queen here. And when you are ready, when you feel complete, when you feel that these have integrated and you have felt them, I want you to open your eyes and remember and write down everything that you can remember, as much as you can remember from this visualization. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple minutes to do this. When you are ready, write down what you can remember in as much detail as you can. Breathe it in, let it out. Breathe in and let it go. it in, let it go. Breathe it in, let it out. Breathe it in, let it go. Breathe it in, let it out. Breathe it in, let it go. Breathe it in, let it out. Breathe it in, let it go. Breathe it in, let it out. Breathe it in, let it go. Does everyone need one more minute, or do you feel good? If you feel good, you can go ahead and just give me a thumbs up. Awesome. Cool. Okay, so before we share, I want you just to think about if you felt this way, if you saw yourself in this light, if you acted this way, valued all these things, and prioritized in this way as the highest queen version of you, what would this do for you? What would this bring into your life? Why would this make a difference? Why is this important to you? I want you to get clear on the why real quick. So I want you to write down, what would this bring to your life and why would this change things for you? So why would this stepping into this version of you, stepping into this visualization, right, that you just saw for yourself, why would this make a difference in your life? What would this do for you? And I want you to go ahead and type these in the chat because I want to go a couple whys deep. Queen Jeanette says, this would give me peace, acceptance, and satisfaction with myself. I would stop hating myself. Yes. And so, Queen Jeanette, and actually we're going to go into this already, but I want you to see, how do you already have peace? How do you already have acceptance and satisfaction within yourself? How do you already have these things? Phyllis, Queen Phyllis would bring ease, way to think more happy thoughts. Yes. What would ease and happy thoughts bring to your life? So I want us to even challenge ourselves to go deeper. Let's go 3 whys deep. And this is what I want you to do, right? In any time of the month when maybe you're lacking motivation, right? We go back to our why. But then I want you to go beyond just the why that you think of and ask yourself 3 times, why would this matter? Why would this make a difference in my life? Why is this important to me? And when you go 3 whys deep, you actually get to the bottom of what really matters to you, what the inspiration and motivation truly is. Provide clarity and serenity, give me more strength and positivity. Queen Jerry Ann, why would this change things? It would bring into every situation the best version of me. This would allow me to serve others well and to bring my best to others. It would cause me to be comfortable with my physical self. Yes, and I'm guessing your emotional self as well, right? And so if you were comfortable with your whole self, right? Because we are here, we are whole human beings. If we were comfortable with all of ourselves, the dark and the light, the masterpiece that we are, what would that bring? Why would comfort within yourself impact your life? What would it allow you to do? I would stop doubting myself on bad days and stay the better, happier version of myself that I love. Yes, Queen Valerie, I'm going to challenge you in this. How can you love yourself even when you're not happy? What would that look like? And what would that do? If you could love yourself and give yourself grace and compassion, even on the days where it was hard, right? And things weren't going well, and you might have negative thoughts and self-doubt, what would loving yourself on those days look like? This has been the biggest lesson of 2021 for me. Okay, bring trust into my life, clarity, connection, self acceptance, positivity, emotional strength. Amazing. Queen Donna, what would all of those things bring to you? Why is that important to you? Queen Brenda, Nor'easter, my confidence in myself bring me to master my goals. What would mastering your goals bring you? Queen Sherry, be a more patient mom, keep myself centered even in turmoil, keep my mind healthy and calm. Queen Sherry, what would you have to think in order to be more patient, in order to keep yourself centered even in chaos? What would you have to think about chaos, and what would you have to believe about yourself as this queen version of you? So I'm going to give you little secret sauce to this, okay? If you listen to my meditations, you've heard me say this a lot, because this is the foundation of everything. Our thoughts create our feelings. So if we want to be more patient, if we want to be more graceful, right? We want to feel more grace within ourselves. We have to go back to, what are we thinking? What are we telling ourselves? That's why thinking about this queen version of ourselves, how does she talk to herself? That's where it comes in. That's where everything comes from. We have to change what goes on up here, right? What goes on in our inner dialogue to shift how we feel about ourselves. The difference between the people who love themselves and the people who don't, or the people who believe in themselves and the people who don't, it's just what happens between their ears and behind their eyes. That is the path to paradise. Also, the road to ruin. That's from Hadestown, my favorite Broadway musical. Okay. That it increases my confidence. Queen Brenda says, yes. And what would more confidence bring into your life? Let's go here, people. I love this, queens. All right. I would be free to serve God in the best of my ability. And what would that do for you, Queen Amita? I love it. Need to take thoughts captive. Yes. Like, take them captive, observe them, and like let them go. We don't have to be afraid of them. We just have to understand that we are in control of them. Okay? So I want you to go back. Wait, real quick. Queen Mary Kay, Grace, it's the biggest lesson for me. I can't be the teacher I am. I can't interact with my students the way I want. Grace, I can't see family. I can't just go to the store. I have to give myself grace. So, what would you need to think about yourself, Queen Mary Kay? Think about yourself, your life, your situation in order to have more grace for yourself. Okay, I want you to ask yourself that. So I want you to go back to this visualization. What is the biggest thing that stood out for you? What did you realize about yourself? How did you see yourself? What is something that maybe you realized, like, wow, I didn't even know that I could see myself in this way, right? Or wow, actually my priorities are on par. Or wow, let's see, like let me see this vision that I have for myself and how different it is. So what did you see in this vision? What's something that stood out to you? I want you to drop it in the comments. Drop it in the comments. We all are feeding off one another, right? This is what you see could inspire and give permission to someone else. Sunshine. Amazing. Feeling lighter and more carefree. So Queen Donna, did you feel that in your body? Did you feel the lightness and the carefreeness in your body? More gratitude and joy, more respect for myself and others. Queen Jeanette, I genuinely loved and care about myself and my body. Yes. So I want you all to see our bodies don't know the difference of what's happening right now and what's happening in our mind, right? So our bodies don't have our brain. They don't have our prefrontal cortex. And so therefore it can't distinguish between what is actually really happening and what is an imagination, right? What's a visualization. And so if we want to be able to tap into these emotions, to feel lighter and more carefree, right? To feel full of grace, to feel confident, we can use our minds, go into this visualization, go back to this queen version of us, put on our crown if we want to as a reminder, close our eyes and really think about this and bring these emotions back into our body. When we bring these emotions back into our body, we up level, we change our vibration, we change our frequency, we change our state of being. And when we change our state of being, that's when we attract more of it in our life. So if we want to be more patient, we get to feel, right? And our thoughts come from our thoughts create our feelings, right? So we can go up in here, visualize, see, talk to ourselves to become and create a different state of being, which then that is how we show up in the world. That is where we take action from. How cool is that? We are queens. We are in control of more than what we realize. And that's what we're doing, is when we get to tap into that worthiness and we tap into what we really are in control of, which is what's up here, we then have more control in our life and our experience of our life, not our circumstance, but our experience in our life, which dictates everything. Let some things go in the breath. I'm full of love that's overflowing that I have to share with others. I love it. Queen Valerie, I'm so happy and at peace when out in my happy place, healing from the inside out. Release the negative self-talk. I love it. Amazing. All right, so when we went into the values, right? Like, what does she value and what does she prioritize in her life? Okay? I want you to think, is there a difference between what you value now and what you prioritize now versus what you value and prioritize as this queen version of you? Let's get honest. Let's look in the mirror. This is a safe place. We're all doing it together. Is there a difference? This can be a hard one. But when we realize it, when we bring it to the forefront of our mind, when we are honest about it, that's when we get to do something about it. And you are safe because you're with 1,000 other queens who are doing this too. This is where life change happens. So let's look at the values and priorities. What has shifted? As this queen version of you, what would you prioritize and value in your life that maybe is a little bit lower on the priority and value right now? And let's step into that. Let's prioritize and value that. Drop it in the comments. Let's see it. For me, when I did this, I realized that I was prioritizing, right, other people's needs and what other people thought over my own well-being. And so when I saw that and I was able to shift from that into, okay, I'm going to first prioritize myself, my well-being, support myself up here and in here. And then all of a sudden, the other things began to fall away. So drop them in the comments. What do you want to prioritize? I will value Queen Jeanette. I will value taking care of my body. I will prioritize my own love and my own thoughts and not rely on others to give me love and respect. Queens don't wait for everyone, right? No queens wait. Queens don't wait around waiting for approval. They take it. They anoint themselves, right? They are born this way. They are born with the blood of a queen. They are born with royalty. They know this about themselves. They don't have to wait for someone to validate them. They don't have to wait for someone to tell them that they are a queen. That is who they are. And that is who you are, right? We all probably have royalty in our blood at some point, right? And so just see it, just decide it, see yourself as that. I need to prioritize myself as God's masterpiece. We're all masterpieces, right? And if you think of a masterpiece, if you think of an artist with a masterpiece, I love using this analogy. An artist doesn't not use dark colors because dark colors are ugly, right? They have to use the dark and light colors together. They have to use the contrast in order to make a masterpiece. And that's what you are. You are everything. Every part of you is beautiful. Every part of you is worthy of celebration. Every part of you is worthy of acceptance. As a queen, she has down days. She has funky days. She makes mistakes, right? But that doesn't mean that she's not a queen. That just means that she has to really practice self-compassion and forgiveness. So as we're going into this, I want you to ask yourself, as this, going back to this version, this queen version of you, and how you saw yourself and how you would describe yourself and how you felt about yourself, How are you this person already? How is there evidence in your life that you are this person already? Right? So if there's confidence, how are you already confident? I want you to write it in the chat. I want you to tell me 3 ways in your life that you're already this thing. How are you already at peace? Do you already have grace for yourself? How do you already love yourself? What is something you love and appreciate about yourself? How are you this version of you already? This is the key. This right here is the key. How are you already this version of you? Write this for yourself first because I want you to have this to reflect on when you forget your queenness. So take a minute to write this for yourself. I'm actually going to play a song for you real quick as you do this. Take a second to write this out for yourself.
Darling, darling, you're beautiful. Gotta keep your head up. Never let anything bring you down. Sunshine will always come around. Stay strong, move on. You have such a beautiful soul. Let your energy radiate. Darling, darling, you're beautiful. You gotta keep your head up. Never let anything bring you down. The sunshine will always come around. Stay strong, move on.
And as you finish this, I want you to type it in the chat. I'm going to keep playing this song, but type it in the chat when you have evidence of how you're already this person.
Darling, darling, remember days will get much better. Darling, darling, you can make it through the stormy weather. Darling, darling, please don't ever give up. Darling, darling, you gotta keep your head up.
Beautiful. I love that song. I love what's coming in. I am so strong. I'm proud of my sense of humor. I'm a loyal person with people important to me. As a queen, I step up, lead, and care for myself first. Compassion for others and loyal. Get up every day and go on. I'm already loyal, loving, empathetic, and generous. I'm stronger than I know. I'm lovable and one step forward every day. I care for my family. I have a great spirit and I am kind. I've made the time to be here today. I made the decision to prioritize myself by participating in this 5K. I try to share my joy. I've taken control of my health. I plan my meals. I join 90-9 walks in this 5K. I'm learning to say no, to allow time for caring for myself, sleeping in, making my own meals from scratch, intentional walks to decompress. I believe in myself. I trust the process. I'm healthy. This is so beautiful. This is the magic. Right here is the magic. And if you've joined a Suit Up and Celebrate, you've heard me say this before, and I hope that this sinks in. You are already her. Before you put the crown on, before you did the 5K, we have comment after comment of how you are already a queen. You don't have to wait anymore. You don't have to wait anymore. You don't have to wait until you put a crown on. You don't have to wait until things are perfect. You don't have to wait until people stop tearing you down. You don't have to wait until the self-talk goes away or the self-doubt diminishes. You don't have to wait. You have evidence in your life how you are already this beautiful queen version of you on the good days and the hard days. And now that you know that, now that you can know that to your core, and if you don't feel a shift in your state of being yet, if there isn't this aha moment yet, then I want you to keep finding evidence. All right, because this is where we have to change it from, okay, intellectually, I know that I have to love myself. Intellectually, I understand that I'm important, that I matter, right? When we have to shift it from intellectual down into a shift into our body, into our state of being where we go, wow, actually, it doesn't even make sense to not see myself this way anymore. That's where I want you to go with this. And so I want you to do this every single day. I want you to write down every single day, how am I this version of me already? How can I see myself as this version of me already? There's evidence every single day in your life that you are this person already. And if you saw yourself as this person every day, you would be the patient mom. You would be an amazing teacher. You would prioritize yourself. You would show up as the ray of sunshine in your life that you are, because you would see yourself in that light already. We don't have to wait for someone else to see it, right? Someone can say all these things to us all the time, but if we don't believe it within ourselves, then they will constantly bounce off of us, right? Because we're like a rock, not a sponge. But when we're a sponge, when we see this within ourselves, right, then people can say it or not say it. We know it to be our truth. And if this is our truth, it doesn't matter what anyone else says. It doesn't matter what anyone else believes. And so this is the secret, to see yourself as the queen with this crown that you are, whether or not you're wearing a crown. Okay? Because queens don't always wear their crowns, but they're still queens. And so I want you to, right now, what is the promise that you're going to make to yourself from this day forward? What is something that you are going to commit to from this energy, from this space of seeing yourself as a queen? Understanding that you as a queen doesn't stop tomorrow at 7 p.m. You as a queen gets to continue on from today for the rest of your life. This can change your life for the rest of your life. This is more than just a weekend. This is who you are. This is your new way of being. So, what is your promise and commitment to yourself from this space? That this is who I am now. Drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. Write it down for yourself first and then drop it in the chat. Queen Georgianne, I took the time to join this Queen Academy because I am worth it. My family acknowledges it by supporting my queendom. Yes, and the only person that needs to support her queendom is you. The queen has to be there. That's what makes sure that it's a queendom, right? So that the queen comes first. It's okay if I come first. I'm definitely worthy. Kick the negative self-talk to the street, Queen Anne. That's right. And if it comes back, you can say, hey, old friend, that's okay. Queens can have negative self-talk. I'm still a queen. And don't make it mean anything more than that. What else? What's a commitment and promise you're making to yourself to take this with you? Mine is, I'm going to show up no matter what, because a queen shows up no matter what. Even if I'm in a funk, even if I'm doubting myself, even if I don't feel great, even if I don't have like the best result that happened in my life, or something that is outside of my control happens, I'm still a queen. I'm still going to show up as that every single day, no matter what. Queen Dawn, keep calm and carry on. I love it. Queen Valerie, I'm not going to let others brush off my need for me time daily. No. And here's the thing, is they can if they want to, but you don't. Them brushing it off doesn't mean you have to. It's not a sign that you need to. It's actually a sign that it's an invitation for you to become even more certain and even more clear that this is what you need and it's a non-negotiable, right? Whether or not, however else someone takes it. Queen Donna, I am worthy. I will continue to show up and be the best version of myself in each moment. Queen Amita, I promise to love myself by taking care of myself first so I can show up for others. Queen Jillie, remind myself every day that I'm a queen, and on the hard days, I adjust my crown, right? Sometimes maybe our crown's a little crooked. That's okay. To love, cherish, and honor myself first. Actually, I think it looks cuter crooked. I kind of like it. I love it. I remember Queen Jeanette. I remember that my value is from within and not defined by others. I remember I'm amazing always. My husband ignoring me does not mean that I'm not worth anything. That's right. No one else has no one else can take that away from you. Your worthiness is inherent. You are worthy because you're alive. I'm going to say this thing and then I want to do one more exercise as we're gosh, this hour flew by. If you look at a baby, right? And a lot of you have popped babies out. So you've had the experience of seeing a baby, right? Coming out of your body. When you see this baby, there's no question in your mind that it is worthy. It can cry, it can scream, right? It can poop all over and throw up. It doesn't matter. You never once blame it. You never once even, it doesn't even cross your mind to question its worth. Never once. It can be however it needs to be, the good, bad, and the ugly, and it is never unworthy. Guess what? You're just a grown-up baby. That's what you are. You were a baby once too. And that has never changed. Your worth has never changed. Your beauty and wholeness has never changed. The only thing that has changed is your belief about it. But that's learned. And because it's learned, it can be unlearned, which is the beautiful thing and why I'm here, because I want you to unlearn all that stuff. Okay. It's not helpful. You are worthy of this crown, regardless of what anyone else says, because you were once a pure, perfect baby that has just grown up and you are still of that essence. You are still perfectly imperfect of that essence, just like the baby is. And so I want you to see yourself in that light. Okay. So I want you to like really like soak that in. Just soak that in that you get to be worthy because you were once a baby too. And the only thing that has changed is your belief about it. And so is everyone else. So is every other soul out there that has ever been a baby. If someone was birthed out as an adult, maybe they're not, but I've never met someone who has done that yet. So everyone is worthy because they're of essence. Okay. Believing in myself, worth, loving myself, making time for myself. I love it. I promise to embrace myself and know that I'm important. Beautiful. Okay. We're going to do another little meditation as we close. Okay. So again, I want you to go ahead and find that space, sink into it, relax into it. Close your eyes. I want you to go ahead and breathe in and just again feel your body, drop into your body. Feel the lightness, feel the joy, feel the fullness. Feel yourself as this queen. Soaking it in, integrating it, taking this with you. I want you to imagine that you're walking up stone steps up into your castle. And as you walk up these steps, you notice that there's a mirror at the top, a full length, body length mirror. And every step you take up, the more sure, the more confident, the more you see yourself in your power, the more you become her. And as you're walking up these steps, you notice that someone's in the mirror. And as you get closer, you realize that it's the queen version of you reflecting back to you who you really are. I want you to soak her in, notice her, observe her, feel her energy, see her light. I want you to notice her crown, notice her dress, notice how she's holding herself. And she's wearing a long robe. And you watch her reach down into the pocket of the robe and pull a gift out for you. She reaches through the mirror and she holds it out in the palm of her hands. What is it? What is she giving to you to remember this by? And as you take it, she gives you a message, something she wants you to remember, she wants to remind you of. Listen closely. I want you to take the gift that she gave you and I want you to put it near your heart, pressing it to your chest. And as you do, you actually, it becomes a part of you. It integrates into you. It comes with you. I want you to take her hands. I want you to feel them. I want you to feel her energy again and tell her thank you. She then turns around and you watch her walk away and disappear into the mirror. And what's left is you, this queen version of you reflecting back to you. And you realize that you're no different, that you're not separate, that this is who you really are. I want you to take a moment to thank yourself, honor yourself, and celebrate this. I want you to go ahead and breathe in deeply, feeling this and anchoring this into your body. And as you exhale, I want you to exhale everything you're feeling to every other queen that is here today, spreading the love, the light, the joy, the strength. Again, breathing in, coming back into this moment, coming back into your body. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Beautiful. Well, everyone, we are at time. And so I want to make sure I honor all of your time. But I would love for you to either drop into the chat or in the Facebook group the message and the gift that you were given if you want to. Okay? And if you feel safe and you feel comfortable. But I want to remind you that this is who you are. That this is accessible whenever you need it. Whenever you forget, you get to call on your council, you get to call on your fellow queens. Because I guarantee you, queens were friends with other queens because they're the only ones that knew, right? They're the only ones that knew what it was like. We are all on this journey together. You are not alone, right? As you rise, we all rise because that's how this works. When you acknowledge and see yourself as a queen, you acknowledge and see everyone else as a queen. I love it. It was jeweled crown that became a heart. I love it. You got the message. You are beautiful. This has been amazing. Thank you, Queen Jillie. Thank you all. Oh, I'm so glad, Queen Jeanette. Thank you all. Have an amazing rest of your day. Take this feeling with you. Have an amazing rest of your weekend. I will be here with you, well, in the Facebook group with the closing ceremony tomorrow. All right. Take this with you, post in the group, keep this energy going. You are all queens, and the queen in me sees and honors the queen in you. Thank you, everyone. Have an amazing rest of your day. Go live into your queenness.